Yo, what's good guys? This is Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com. Today we got in the Under Armour Curry 1 Luxe. But before we get into this, these WearTesters shoebox logo tees are available now. They're available in 2 colors, limited numbers for a limited time only. If you are interested in supporting WearTesters and rocking some off-court apparel this time, the link is going to be in the description box below. I appreciate everybody that does show their support. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into these guys right here. So again, this is the Under Armour Curry 1 Luxe. First off, like just straight off the bat, I do think it's a little weird. While the current signature model, which is the Curry 2, is on shelves, they go ahead and re-release basically the Curry 1, but in a, kind of like a premium off-court fashion. Now I will say the execution on these is way better than I expected. The leather on here is really nice. Oh, man, they smell like leather, everything. There's leather inside, there's leather outside. Some of it you can see is what they call like a vac tech, so it's kind of like embossed or debossed, I don't know which one, I always forget. And they kind of stamp in the logos, which I think is really slick. They've removed a lot of the tech branding, even though the tech is still in there. This is a charged midsole. And then the insole that they use is a Micro G insole, which is cool. Like I said, all the inside is all leather and everything too. The insole isn't. The insole is just like a regular fabric. Got the SC30 logo right there on the tongue. The tongue is done up in all leather as well. I'm not going to be able to get in real close and everything to show you the grain, but it is there. This is actually like genuine leather, which I think is crazy because the retail price on these guys is $150, and the leather on this is better than other, retro shoes that we've gotten from other brands. And with material such as that on a shoe like this for $150 compared to the other guys, it winds up bringing up questions. The question no longer is why can't they do this type of leather for the price that they're charging. Now it just becomes why aren't they doing it? Because they're clearly just using the consumer, the nostalgia behind it. Whereas with this, you're actually getting what you're paying for. Something that some people might be wondering is if these are playable. The answer to that is yes. Like I said before, they have the same tooling. It does have the same charged cushion setup, so it's going to be comfortable. Gum bottoms are known to be a little bit stickier than traditional rubber, and on top of that, they still have the same exact design here, so full-length multi-directional herringbone. You're going to stick like glue. And then you have a full-on leather upper. Believe it or not, before the days that shoes were made out of plastic and wovens and synthetics and things like that, they were actually made of this stuff. They were made of leather. All throughout the 90s, players throughout that generation played in leather shoes just fine. Some people to this day just prefer it because that's what they're used to. Leather breaks in so nicely, much like a woven, which is why I tend to really like woven materials. It mimics leather without being leather in a way that synthetic leather just doesn't do, or synthetics such as TPUs and Fuse. So again, if you wanted to hoop in these, go for it. Just make sure you're wearing some longer socks because the interior is leather and that will shred up your ankles if you wear no-shows. Some cool details with the lace tips. They're gold, and they came with extra laces as well with just normal kind of gold plastic tips instead of these like little case tips. And it's great that they give you options. I think that's awesome. And for those wondering, these guys to me fit true to size. However, they do fit a little bit more narrow, something that the other Curry ones with the Anafoam upper did not. So if you have a wide foot, you might want to go up half a size. If you guys were interested in grabbing a pair of these, they will be available over at Concepts on the 5th. I believe the actual launch date for all the other retailers is a little bit later, but for whatever reason, Concepts is getting them a little bit sooner. Also, these guys, I'm not sure if you can see it, but they are an off-white look. It's not a complete white, it's like a weird cream color. I really dig it. I didn't even know that this colorway was coming. All I had seen was a black pair with a gum bottom, and I thought those were pretty nice as it is, but these guys are pretty killer. I also saw some low ones that were in suede, I believe, and they were kind of like a bone color also. From images, I'm not a fan of those. I wasn't actually a fan of these in images either, but when you get them in hand, they're so plush that you're just kind of like, yo, why am I buying other stuff when there are other brands that just give you so much more for your money? And I'm not saying that Under Armour is not guilty of overcharging customers, because that Curry MVP pack was ridiculously overpriced. But I bought it because I'm a Curry fan, so there you go. God damn, they smell good, man. Straight off a cow's ass, that's what these are. Here's just one more quick look at them. Again, I think that they're fresh. If you don't, then that's cool. Make sure to leave your comments down in the comment section below. Good or bad, just make sure that you don't point any fingers at me, because I didn't design these things. And let me know what you think about them. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all your support. Let me know if you're gonna cop. If you do, let me know if you're gonna hoop in them. And until next time, guys, have a good one. retail versions. So the fly knit here is nice, it's soft, it's unrestrictive, it's got the same exact stuff backing it as the regular versions, which is a nylon. You can see that both of these are white. These guys right here are the USA versions. They got a slight bluish tint to them, whereas these guys have a black thread throughout some of the little like honeycomb pattern. So that's really, I think those are super sexy. And then the other ones that are just as sexy, maybe even a tad bit sexier, are the black, white with red stripes. I don't know what it is. I think it's because it's got that playoff-esque colorway, but those are fire. Last but not least, the straight up just plain black and white colorway. Basically a reverse of these guys right here. I saw those at the Adidas event and